The cycle's there, just do your kata. Right? Boom. Whack. Now, here's what the important part is. Feet. Let's talk feet. Legs. Because I don't step when I'm defending myself just to bridge that distance. Okay? Every time I step, I'm attacking that person. That's what I do. You know, that old samurai adage of when startled, move forward. So if I have to move forward, I'm hurting him while I'm doing it. So I practice C-step in my style of karate. Some of you guys might do C-step. Some of you might do tap step. Okay, so all we're doing again, I'm going to keep repeating this, and you're tired of hearing about it, is I'm doing the kata. So we have now brush grab. Everything happens in the middle, right? So I'm in the middle. This is the end. Okay? So when he feeds me that punch, I'm attacking this leg. I am in the first half of my C-step. You know, again, I've got spleen and liver down there, and I'm hitting all of this here. So now I have to step out in my C-step, and my favorite point to hit C-step wise is spleen 6. That's your gateway. It's there all day long. Once you hit spleen 6, it opens up the body. And again, I'm going low-high. There's a ton of stuff going on in here, and all I'm doing is the kata. Boom, that's that hit, right? Whack. And I C-step. And now I'm here. If I don't have him, I've got him here, right? And the next movement in the kata says I have to step forward and keep moving, right? To do my next technique, but we won't go there yet. We're going to get there. So, hop back up. The thing I want you to realize is that when I'm doing all this brush grab, I've got this shot. I'm halfway there. I don't, you know, you can call them in a calf stance. We can all talk about that. But here's my next technique. If I do not have the distance, I'm just kicking. Because all the kick is the knee that missed. And as I step, I look at this as spleen 6 all day long. When I tap, I look at that as a kick. Just like the Nihachi. You know, when I tap, that to me is a kick. So, the proper thing though with spleen 6 in the C-step is don't think about it. Just do it. Let bubbling well, just, you know, let that kidney 1 just float over the floor. And because of the natural rise of that leg, you're going to hit spleen 6 all day long. And I don't have to see it. I don't have to think about it. I'm just doing the kata. So first, boom, hit, shoom. And then we follow. Then we're going to talk about body alignment and actual alignment. We're going to talk about all of our structure. You know, you've got a bunch of 9 principles of Tuite going on in there, but I don't know, look it up in the book, right? So, grab a partner and let's do it again, okay? There's even Nihanchi in there, find it for yourself, you'll see it. But this all happens in the middle at the same time. So I'm seeing a lot of, first I'm hitting here, then I'm hitting here, you know. I want you to go boom, boom. Because this is what the body alignment, this is why you do your katas all the time is to make yourself, in the long run, it's a lazier martial artist. That's what I like. But when you're doing it, it makes you more efficient because if I have to practice my kata 1,000 times a year, let's say, I might as well be doing it right those 1,000 times. But by the time I'm at like 1,001, I'm not thinking anymore, it's just boom. And the guy just drops. I'm like, oh, I don't even know how I did that. That's perfect. I'm lazy now. Great. So remember, all one movement, grab, step out. Then you're going to see myself go to a slight 45 and then come right back. I'm staying within my center line. I'm not out here. I'm keeping everything in close. You can also work this technique just on a side note, because we were doing lapel grabs earlier. From lapel grab. I have a different view on this though. I never want to see this arm go away. Once he grabs me, I punish him because he touched me. And now that he's going to do this, it's mine, and he will never get it back. Well, he will, but it's going to hurt really bad. So you can work the same technique with punch. I can work it from large intestine, fire metal right here, and heart, boom, right? And I have all this in here, boom. And I missed on purpose. I'm not now. Look, boom, boom. I don't want to beat up on Chris too much.
Yes, sir.
So, but it's the same technique. And now look at where I'm at. But this never goes away. Here, I have a hold of him. I do not let go of him until he falls out of my reach. I don't want to support his weight anymore. If I'm here, this is all locked in together. And it doesn't go away. And he gets punished for that. Because my next technique is right here. Right? Because in the movement, in the kata, seisan, I do 3 times. So just because I might start a movement here, doesn't mean now if I start a new movement here. It just means that my actual movement for the next set starts here. Because if you're going to do something 3 times, why not practice it in a different spot all 3 times? Because you're doing it 1,000 times a year, you might as well mix it up a little bit. So I might start that movement here, start my next movement here. Did you understand? Maybe my hands don't stay on top, maybe they stay at the bottom. Boom. For this technique on the outside, brush, grab, strike, you throw the punch here. I feed this direction, I have that gallbladder all day long. I've got a bunch of points of contact, but now I'm feeding here. And I'm just putting him down. But, so outside line, now remember when I'm here, I can go right to arm bar. He's right here, boom. I know you know that that's Nihonshi, right? Last night I heard a comment, it's all Nihonshi. I've been hearing that for a long time. You know.
Been hanging around with Dusty too much.
There's a lot of seisan in there too. But, so outside line, arm bar, I can just stay here, boom, hit, and pull them down, okay? But remember, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Use your legs. If you're gonna step on the foot, 6 spleen 6, liver 9, spleen 10. I saw some people that were a little long. That's fine too. If I can't do it, I still got that spleen 6. I've still got here, and if he's way too far, I know April showed you that, what we call that Nihonshi kick earlier. It works the same way. So if you're, remember, Chris is a little bit taller than me. He's definitely a lot heavier than I am. So, you know, so I like to keep, you know, he's all good, but sometimes if you've got this big height, you know, little to tall, then you're kicking all day long, right? Which is all good. So get back, do your thing, brush, grab, strike, use your knee. But see, a lot of you guys are getting outside your box, so to speak, or your fighting distance, or your fighting range, so I want you to keep elbows in, you win, you know, that's what I tell the little guys, and it works great for adults too. So I want you to make sure that you're all staying within your fighting range. So when we look at this, you know, if I'm doing positive energy, I'm moving forward. If you guys want to put more emphasis on the pull, you know, which would be here, and just let this hit, that's all good too. But remember, I'm keeping him in here, and I've probably got at least 4 points contact going on at the same time. And then as we move out, you know, I might not ever be leaving him. When you guys are doing this armbar technique, or outside line, rush, grab, strike, when I hit gallbladder and I'm popping over, you're keeping him here, but look at how much gap I've got, right? So when I'm coming in here, I want to stay with him. When we do this technique here, maybe I won't do arm bar, so when he's doing it, I'm forcing him down and I'm stepping in and hit, move. Now right now, I'm not going out, I'm going down. this make sense? When this, I lose all my power up here and all my energy, right? The kata does not tell me to do this. The kata tells me to do this and the end. And that's, I cannot stress that enough. Do what the kata tells you to do. So you get yourself a good bunkai. As you break it down, you look at the bunkai that was given to you originally and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. That's ridiculous. Why would I ever do that? Brush, grab, pull. That, you know, I shouldn't even say brush, grab, pull, but you know what I mean. I can't do block, which you see everything, you know. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. I'm going across my center line. I'm never going to make that block, ever. And that's never going to happen. If he starts punching me, I'm never going to make this block. So, and then when I pull him, he's just going to beat me up because he's going to be behind me, and that's where I don't want him to be. So I don't have eyes back here, just a bald spot. Right? So remember, do what the kata tells you. So you got a couple more minutes. Keep the body in close. If you want to work this technique here, which is fine, just keep right in here. That little cup, you know, we'll talk about lunges, put right in here. Right now. So go back, do it a couple more times, and let someone else get up here. You can't, you stay under all day long. And look at the position that he's in compared to where I'm at. There's no power taking place here at all. All he's going to do is drop his elbow down. That's it. So never reach, stay under. And if you guys do like a Seiyushin kata or something along those lines, you see the technique in there. But remember, your kata is made for you. You have to understand that. Do the kata for you. And if you just do the kata, you don't have to worry about anything else. It'll all just fall into place. No pun intended, but it's all right there. Okay? It's 2 o'clock. I don't know who's going next because I think
Dusty Seal.
Dusty Seal! Oh, he's next.